You like a free water?
Yeah.
Have you heard of free water before?
Yeah, on TikTok.
Do you know why it's free?
Because of the ad.
You might have come across this company on TikTok. This is FreeWater, and they have a few of these viral clips of people reacting to their product.
This water?
It's water. It's natural spring water. It's free.
What's wrong with it?
And you can see why. It's a very unique concept, and it also kind of surprises people. So what do they actually do? Well, they give away free bottles of water. The bottles are funded by advertising, and then 10 cents from every bottle goes to building wells in Africa. So it's very unique. They've obviously found a format that works, and it's generating millions of views. But all of this marketing is going to waste, and I'm going to show you why. I have 3 fixes for this landing page, and I'm also going to show you some redesigns, so let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, you've sold me on the idea. I've just watched one of the clips on TikTok, and now I want to buy it. I arrived at the landing page, and this is what I see. So the first thing you see when I land here is put your brand in everyone's hand. And this is clearly a pitch to the advertiser. The problem is that they're generating millions of views from the consumer side of things, and for the consumer to arrive here, they're just going to leave confused. So what we're going to do is redesign this hero section with the consumer in mind, because this is where the traffic is coming from. So this is a simple redesign that I've done, and we'll talk through each step. So first of all, the headline, the world's first free water company. I think when you have a product or concept that's this unique, calling it out for what it is a very simple and powerful way to explain it. We'll back this up with, yes, it's really free. And then just below this in the sub-headline, we're going to clearly explain how this works. So advertisers sponsor the packaging, you get free water, and every bottle helps fund global water projects. So very clear, very simple. Even if I just read that, I get a clear sense of what this company is about. On the right, we're going to use this grid of images to build trust. They have millions of views on some of these clips on TikTok. So inserting this here, it's immediately going to build trust with people that see that. So underneath, we have 2 CTAs. The first one is going to be focused on the consumer. That's our primary CTA, which we'll come back to in a second. And the second is advertise on free water. Obviously, we're speaking to 2 different audiences on this website. The advertisers are an important part of it. So we're keeping that as a secondary CTA. And then underneath, we're going to reinforce the mission. So for every 150 bottles equals a lifetime of clean water for 1 person. So that's the redesigned hero section. This is focused specifically on the consumer, since that's where all the traffic is coming from. Okay, so the second fix for this website is clearly showing me where I can actually find the product. I can scroll through this entire page and I have no idea where I can actually get the free water. There's no map, there's no store locator, there's no main CTA for the consumer. So what's happening here is you've convinced me this is great. I'm interested in the product. I arrive on the landing page and I just leave confused. So what we're doing is we're going to add a primary CTA directly in the hero section, but also throughout the page. And when we click the CTA, you can see it just opens up a simple window. Join our waitlist to be the first to try free water. Now I get the sense that it's not available to purchase directly just now, but you've done all this amazing work to get me interested in the product, to get me to the landing page. At least don't let me leave without capturing my email. Okay, so the final fix for this website is really focused around the mission. People buy into your why, that's what they'll remember. But right now it's way too buried on the page and it's a little bit too vague for such a powerful mission. So I've added this section that's really emphasizing the mission and clearly speaking to the customer about what it is and how it works. So the main headline is drink free, change lives. We're going to go on to say every bottle you drink donates 10 cents to build wells in East Africa, and clearly again stating that every 150 bottles equals a lifetime of clean water for 1 person. You could also add a sort of interactive section here that builds momentum or builds a sense of movement, where it's like a live counter of how many bottles sold and how many lives that's actually impacted. So the product being free it's a very interesting hook, but what really buys me into your story is the positive impact I can make just by choosing your product. So I think making this mission front and center, making it really clear, is going to be very effective. FreeWater obviously have cracked viral marketing. They have a very unique product. They have generated interest. They have a format on TikTok that obviously works. But all of that viral attention without conversion behind it is just really expensive brand awareness. They built this really incredible top of funnel engine, but no funnel underneath that. For the consumer, there's no clear path forward. There's no way to get the product. There's no email capture. There's just confusion. The good news is they've done the hard work, and fixing this part is actually quite simple. So as we've just run through, you're going to speak to the primary audience first. These are the consumers. Give people an obvious next step. So what's the next path? At the moment, we're going to suggest capturing their email, and then make that impact, make that mission impossible to ignore. The truth is, most people will never leave TikTok. They don't want to exit the platform, and TikTok obviously doesn't want them to leave the platform. But even if just 1% of those millions of views actually go and check out your website, there's a huge opportunity to capitalize on that. It's potentially thousands of people ready to buy your product when it's available. So by setting up the landing page in this way, we can make sure that once the product is ready for distribution, you have an email list of thousands of people ready to buy. Okay, that's this week's good roast. If you know a mission-driven company that needs their landing page improved, drop it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.